Hey everyone, my name's Carly, and today I'm going to be presenting on charisma. Um, yeah, just kidding. Let's try that again. Charisma is the leadership quality that I chose to present on, and you may have heard this word before, but never really known what it meant. So, the first thing that I want to do is define charisma. So, what even is it? Um, it is a compelling attractiveness or charm that can inspire devotion in others. So if you've ever been around somebody and they just kind of have that magnetic feel to them, that they're kind of like a sunshine in a room, that's charisma. And so you may be thinking, don't you just have to be born with that? Like, isn't that just a quality that you have naturally? Like, it's not really something that you learned. And you would honestly be wrong. There's so many ways to develop charisma, and I'm going to talk about a few of them that I thought were extra important. So the first one is listening and presence. So your ability to actively listen to whoever you're talking to and be attentive. I think a lot of us in today's world have a tendency to listen in order to respond rather than to listen to actually hear what the other person is saying. And so this kind of ties into that third bullet point of genuine interest in what somebody is saying. So that's the first pillar kind of being charismatic, is actually making somebody that you're talking to believe that you care about what they're talking about and actually genuinely caring about it. And that will, once you have the genuine interest, I believe the attentiveness and active listening will come along because you're really interested in what they have to say. The next kind of pillar of charisma and how to develop your charisma is confidence and calmness. So, especially during high stakes conversations where it's easy to get super anxious, somebody with charisma kind of demonstrates a sense of calmness and a sense of ease, and it creates a sense of trust and reliability. And so, my dad actually has a saying in a negotiation. So, a very high stress environment where something's at stake, he said the most powerful position you can have in negotiation is the power to walk away. And I don't know if somebody else coined that term first, but I think he coined it first, so that's what I'm going with. And so that's what I kind of tie to this, the confidence and calmness. Having confidence in yourself in a conversation that kind of no matter what comes your way, you can handle it, and having that calmness where even if, something goes awry, you have the calmness to kind of be able to actually think through things and deal with things in the best and most efficient way possible. And because of this, people will be more able to trust you and think that you're reliable and think that you can really handle what's going on, even if it is a high stakes situation. The next area of charisma is empathy and understanding. So this kind of ties back into the first point of like genuinely caring what people are talking about. But it goes a little bit step further to have empathy for this. So rather than just caring what's going on, it takes their perspective and their emotions into play. So when you're talking to somebody and they're explaining maybe something about how their day went, not only do you care to listen to what they're saying, but you're able to empathize with them and really feel those emotions too. The ability to do this will build rapport and connection with those around you, and it's super important for relationship building in the workplace and in your personal life. So the next one, and in my opinion, probably one of the most important, is communication skills. So being able to not only speak to people well, but also present yourself well. It includes clear and concise wording, speaking clearly, speaking out of volume where people can hear you, and that shows that you're very confident in what you're saying. And one thing that people don't always tie into this is also the tone and body language and facial expressions that go into it. We don't always consider the fact that when somebody's listening to us talk, they're also watching our face. And so if we're in a conversation and our eyes are kind of wandering and we're looking at our nails, like, are we really paying attention and do we really care what they have to say? And so it's really important to just take this into consideration, that charisma of caring and being empathetic and having those communication skills and being able to communicate clearly and precisely is very important in building that charisma skill. So you might look at me and think, why does this matter? Why is this important? Why is this the most important leadership skill? Or why do I need to develop this? It's not that important. But one thing that I really wanted to talk about was interviewing. I think for an MBA program, one area in my life that charisma and has been very much a factor. And I'm not saying that I'm perfect at it, but it's something that I have developed pretty strongly, is interviewing. And there's always the joke around like, oh, I'm the personality hire. But I actually have been in situations with my job where, they let me know that one thing that really stood out with me during my interview was the fact that I kind of walked into the room and there was an energy, like I was happy to be there. And now that I work in sales, the fact that you can walk into a room, or I really try to walk into rooms and let these business owners know that I'm not only trying to sell them something, but I'm also happy to be there and happy to talk to them. And I present myself pretty strongly. And that kind of the communication and then also the listening skills of really listening to what they need in their business and how I can help them has improved my sales numbers greatly, because I've built trust with them, I've built rapport with them, and they trust me now to bring in new products and do things like that I think may perform well in their business. And it's helped my sales, and it's also helped me professionally. So I think charisma plays a huge part in every profession, but for sales specifically, it's been very helpful. Thank you.